Another day, another opportunity to get better. We are going to be lifting at the gym that I started lifting at, to be honest. I started lifting roughly 5 years ago for sports, for wrestling and soccer and all that jazz. But I wouldn't say I would say I've been training the way I'm training now for the past about 2 years, roughly, since I graduated high school. Sports were no longer a factor, and I started training more so to gain strength and size over anything. We're gonna have a good leg day. It's Friday. This is my typical Friday night. I would say hit the gym. I'm gonna go hang out with some buddies. I think the plan's to catch up on season 4 of Reacher. Pretty good show, very action-packed. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, it's another opportunity to get better. Every day you wake up, it's a blessing. You gotta take advantage of the day ahead of you. You want to try and learn something every single day that you're here. Because we're gonna continue to grow, we're gonna continue to develop, and there's always something to learn. But believe it or not, there's always something to learn. And about yourself, about other people, about the world. There's always something to learn. And kind of gotta embrace that. No one knows everything, and that's okay. We're all experiencing life for the first time. We're all walking down our own paths, and my path may not look like yours, but there might be similarities you see that you're able to relate to from my path to yours, whether that's struggles. Mainly that's going to be struggles. That's where a lot of people find the common ground. And I think the opportunity that has presented itself with me is that I want to share about my struggles, because that's where I feel that there's going to be more of a connection in a way. I've struggled a lot with mental health, with relationships, with self-destructive habits, abusing weed. I went through a dark path in high school where that's all I did was smoke weed. And if you're my family and you're watching this, it was a struggle. I'm not proud of it, but I've learned from it, and without the struggles in my past, I wouldn't be where I am today. I had to go through it in order to get to where I am today. It was to the point where I had to be under. I had to be high to function. I had to be high, to operate, because I didn't want to be left alone with my own head, with my own headspace, and I thought it was the easy way to get around, confronting my actual problems in life. But it's not. you know, I struggled a lot in wrestling. Following my junior year, you know, I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do. I didn't even know if I was going to wrestle my senior year. But I quit every other sport in my life so I could focus on wrestling, because that's what I wanted to do. I played soccer from the age of 3 all the way up to my junior year of club soccer. I didn't play high school because I lost the love for the game, and I wanted to focus on wrestling. And I grew up playing sports, and you know, I've always been competitive, always been driven, and you know, getting burnt out is a real thing. But I always think you can find ways to apply what you've learned from those sports and those lessons you've learned throughout the wins and losses to your everyday life. You know, wrestling taught me a lot about, you know, discipline, resilience, and, you know, showing up and giving it your all every single time, which was attributes I wish I had, you know, when I actually was wrestling. You know, my senior year was kind of a joke. If you ask me, I did not perform to the standards that I thought I should have in any aspects. You know, I was struggling, and you know, that all I really cared about was the gym. Following my attempt, my junior year in February, towards the end of wrestling season, the week right before districts, you know, it really put into perspective, you know, where I was at. I was not doing well, but besides that, look where I am now. You know, I'm here for a reason. I have a purpose, and I'm wanting to share my story just so that I can, you know, hopefully help others understand that you're not alone. You know, people do deal with these things. I know people that have had it worse off than I have or experienced, and you know, it's hard for a lot of people to talk about. But I don't really feel like I should dive too much into this. I already took my pre, and I'm itching to go lift. But I want you guys to know you're here for a reason. You have a purpose. You may not see it, but you do. You are loved. Keep on keeping on. You know, when you fall down, you got to get back up. There's no struggle, no story. We're gonna get after it. You know, the gym has kind of always been there for me, especially when I was struggling. You know, and that's why I put so much time and effort into it. To be honest, it's not about building this physique to impress everyone. It's more so to help myself mentally. You know, and the physical attributes are nice. You know, I didn't build this physique doing nothing. I've put in the effort, I've put in the time, and you know, I work my ass off. And, you know, no one can take this from me. But, enough said. We're gonna go get after it.
Emil, Noble 4. Is he bold enough? Without question. But we need courage and patience in equal measure.
Who's next?
We may require a more delicate approach.
Welcome to Reach, scumbag.
Noble 6. The team's most recent addition. My, so much black ink. 6 has made entire militia groups disappear. Period. Hyper-lethal. There's only one other Spartan with that rating.
Lieutenant, get aboard! You gotta get the hell out of here!
Negative. I have the gun. Good luck, sir.
Good luck to you, Spike. Lieutenant.
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Kat, Noble 2, Neil and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6.
Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing, I've seen your file. Even the bunch the Army censors didn't want me to. Glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear? Got it, sir.
Those aren't friendly. More hostiles. Don't leave any alive. Only good copies for dead copies.
Alright, so to put that in a little perspective, I hit 430 in my comp. That was all-time PB, 425 for 3. Oh shit. I did not do all my back downs on squat because my back is low-key bugging, but we're gonna go heavy on that press.
Picture is in.
Alright, so we're starting cardio. Pretty good session, not gonna lie. Went pretty hard. Probably gonna feel it tomorrow. Yeah, pretty simple. Just came in, got the work in. Surprised myself with that PB of 425. It's an all-time PB for 3 reps. That is 5 pounds off of what I hit in competition, which is kind of crazy. It's making me kind of think like I should continue with powerlifting, but we got our mindset on bodybuilding right now. In the future, or I'm certain I'll go down that path again. But for now, gotta get shredded, keep strength, hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna get my cardio in. Pretty simple. It's like Sam Solik type shit. Yeah, there's nothing really else to it. Good day, good way to finish out on a Friday. Just finished on the bike, 32 minutes. Nothing crazy, but gotta do it. Plain and simple. It's been a good day.